1 year of competitive speedcubing. 365 days ago, from the day of this video's release, I went to my first cubing competition. And in those 365 days, I went to 14 competitions. And those have been 14 of some of the best experiences of my life. I just really want to thank the Perth speeding community. The Perth speeding community. I just really want to thank the Perth speedcubing community for making these competitions like really fun and enjoyable. Now, if you go to my WCA profile, or maybe you were a cuber at my very first competition, you may have a lot of questions. Mainly because my very first official average was a 12, where a lot of people's averages range between from like over a minute to maybe like 30 seconds. Well, I started competing like really late, and a lot of you may ask why. And this is the first thing I want to talk about. Now, I knew competitions existed, but at first I didn't know they were this like accessible. Like, I didn't know it was this easy to go to a competition. Then at the end of 2021, around 1 year after I started speedcubing, I sort of wanted to go to one, and then I went to the WCA website, and I think the one that I looked at was Perth 10-year anniversary. But then when it came up to like signing up, I got a little like lazy or something, and then I ended up not signing up. I think I was just not bothered or something. And then at the beginning of 2022, there was a Perth Underground Open. I kind of wanted to go to that one. But then this is when COVID got like kind of serious, and then I decided not to go for like health and safety reasons. And I think, I forgot when, but Osnats was announced like early 2022. And I wanted to go since it was in Perth. And I kind of knew it was a pretty rare opportunity for such a big competition to be held in such a silly city like Perth. The thought of nationals being my first competition was kind of like, so I wanted to go to one. I think I saw Rockingham Rapid 2022, and I think that was the comp with the 4-mover. I wish I would have gone, though I'm not sure how good I was back then. Then I saw one in June that might have been WA Open. Yeah, it was WA Open, but I think I just forgot about it. And eventually I signed up to Perth Puzzle Marathon 2022, which was my first comp on August 6th, 2022. How did I sign up? I have a bit of a funny story to tell you. So me and my friend, Ethan, I got him to start cubing at the beginning of the year, and then I really wanted to go to a competition. So, because he's my friend, I wanted to drag him along, obviously. And obviously we were both like really, really scared. I was like to sign up, And eventually I told Ethan, yo, let's both sign up together. And then, just get it over with. So then he's like, yeah, sure, why not? So then I went to sign up happily, knowing that my friend will be there to support me. And I clicked register, and I asked Ethan if he did it or not. He's like, no. And eventually he missed the deadline. No. And eventually the comp filled up and he couldn't sign up anymore. That's how I went to my first competition. Why is this so funny? Yeah, he accompanied me on the day, but he didn't compete. Now, my impressions of a competition were like, maybe like, I actually kind of forgot, but I think I was thinking it would be like kind of competitive, and everyone's will be like really sweaty, and I'll be made fun of. Well, not really, but like judged in people's minds. But the first thing I said when I walked in to the venue, I remember this. I said, "Whoa, this place is really chill." Like, maybe there was not too many people there. I don't quite remember. It was a decent sized comp, so yeah, I'm not quite sure. But we went to like the seats, like we went to the very front and we sat down. I mean, we just started. I got out my phone on Twisty Timer, just warmed up. So with some 3x3, I was solving pretty well. I remember that, and me and Ethan were just chatting. And I think another fear about competing was that I wouldn't know what to do. Like, I wouldn't know when to submit my cube, where to submit my cube, and I might miss my group or something. But in fact, everything was like really well, like, announced. Like they had a microphone and they announced it and they made sure it was like really loud so everyone could hear. So yeah, and everything was like really obvious. Nothing was too scary. Everything was explained really well in the new competitor tutorial. And yeah, soon it was my turn to compete. I went up to submit my cube, and as far as I remember, everything was pretty obvious. Again, nothing was hard to understand. And if you had questions, you could always just ask a delegate, or just someone that looks experienced, I guess. My very first official solve was a 14. I think I averaged around 12 back then. I thought, because I knew, like, competitions, because I knew, like, people don't solve as well in comp than at home, so I thought, I'm just going to average 2 seconds slower in comp than at home. And then I followed that with another 14, which basically just confirms it. So those were my like first two solves. Oh yeah, I was on Instagram one day and I saw like Sebastian Bock like celebrating his first ever sub 10 single, and I thought to myself, like, why didn't I celebrate my first sub 10 single? Like, that's a really big milestone. And then I remembered I didn't celebrate it because my very first sub 10 single was my third ever official solve. I have like really bad quality footage of it. Thanks to Ethan for the commentary.
Oh, he's doing his third one now. Oh, this looks like a good one. Yeah. What's the time? 9 seconds!
That's just so funny. Like, I got my first sub 10 single. My very first solve. Oh. And I followed through the rest of the average with 2 low 11s, and then ended up getting a low 12 average as my very first official average. And I'm not sure exactly how everyone reacted at the time, obviously. I don't know if I was considered good. I think I was looking at people's profiles and like the psych sheet. I don't think I realized the psych sheet existed. So I was just manually scrolling through like everyone's profiles at the time, and I think I would have came like 25th or something. Like I expected 25th. That 12.24 average got me 10th place, which was enough to qualify for finals. I was really surprised at how well I did. Ethan kept telling me that, like, you make finals, man. I know you will. You're like really, really good. And I'm like, I'm not that good, you know. And in comp, it's gonna be a lot more harder to solve than at home. You know, I'm not gonna make finals. And yeah, there obviously was a second round. I could choke and not make finals, but yeah, my first round average was good enough to qualify me into finals. Oh yeah, fun fact, I was in the background of Amy's vlog during the lunchtime. Here's a clip. Alright, that's if Amy allows me to, you know. Yeah, unfortunately Ethan had to leave like around lunchtime. I forgot what he was doing, but he had to leave. So it was me, and then the rest of my family came, including my cousins. So I wasn't lonely for like the whole time. Well, I had my mum with me, so yeah. But yeah, they came to support me, and for second round, I got an 11.32 average. My first four solves were already really nice, and then I got a 974 for my very last solve. I'm not sure if I have the footage. Here it is. If I still have it. But that last solve basically confirmed to me that I was gonna make finals, which I was really, really happy about, and it was very unexpected. Like I was pretty nervous. Like when I got up, I remember my hands being like really, really sweaty. I'm not sure about like shakiness, but I remember my hands were like really sweaty and like grippy. That really, really nasty feeling. Yeah. To calm myself down, I just tried anything to dry my hands. I like waved it about. I wiped it on my clothes. Yeah, I think that was my technique. Though it was really, really scary. I really liked it. I remember after round one, I was like, it was scary, but then I really liked the feeling of being like nervous, because it's also like really fun at the same time. And I remember my very first judge, I think it was Declan Sander, if I'm not wrong. I remember he was wearing a Dockers hoodie. But yeah, I think he was probably the one who got me to like really like calm down, I guess, because he was really nice, like talking to me and stuff, and I think that like calmed me down a lot. So yeah, thank you for that. I don't know if you're watching. But yeah, then it was finals time, and I kind of wanted a sub 10 single because I had like one sub 10 single per like round. I was really, really, really close. I got a 10.06, but then sorry for the horrible footage. I blame WhatsApp for the compression. I got a +2 by like just like the tiniest amount. And if I didn't +2, I think that would have been like a high 10, like a 10.8 average. And that would have been crazy, like a sub 11 average at my very first comp. Like, wow. But anyways, the average ended up being 11.41, which was still like really, really nice. My second comp was warm-up Mandra. Warm-up was warming up for nationals. This time, I managed to drag on my cousins and my brother to compete. Now, I remember there was like one delegate that I didn't end up meeting or like seeing, and that was Tyler. He was there, he was signed up, but I'm not sure why he didn't turn up. I don't know. But I remember I was on station 2 for 3x3 round 1, and Tyler was on station 1. And I remember going up with like this really silly contraption of a thing to like record myself. Yeah, but I remember this like exact conversation I had with Tyler. So Tyler said to me like, "Oh, you must be Lucius or something." I was like, "Yeah, I am." And he was like, "Oh, I didn't meet you last comp. I saw those crazy results, like, or something." And then he asked me why I didn't. And he asked me why I didn't go to comp earlier. And I don't know. I might have like some sort of like social like awkwardness, anxiety. I don't know. I don't think it's anxiety, but I don't know. I'm just bad at speaking to people and responding to people. So I just said I'm not sure, and then that was the end of the conversation. I remember that conversation very clearly, and looking back, that was pretty stupid. But anyways, great first impression for Tyler. But yeah, I did some solves. I got all of my averages were sub 12. I was really close in beating my average in finals, but not quite. I remember calculating what I needed, and I think I put a bit too much pressure on myself. And oh yeah, this very funny thing. If you go to my WCA profile, you may see that not Mandra Mate, and you may see that warm-up manager 2022, I had 2 4x4 DNFs. The cutoff was like 1 minute 20, and I averaged sub 1. So like, why would I get 2 DNFs? The very first solve, I remember I had like an OLL where I knew it was gonna be like a big block preserved, and I did the OLL and I saw a big block, like 2 sides solved. So then I just did like AUF and then I dropped it, and I realized I had PLO parity, like adjacent PLO parity at the back. And I was like, oh, that's a DNF. It was a 45 as well. That was like really, 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 really good for me at the time. I rarely get like sub 50s at home back then. And then the next solve, I made the exact same mistake. But I remember like seeing the adjacent parity like as I was dropping the cube. And I forgot like cutoff existed, so like submitted my cube back. But then like I got my cube returned and I was like really, really confused. So then yeah, and then Tyler had to walk up to me and was like, "Oh, you didn't make cutoff, mate." And I was like, yeah, that was another stupid moment. But yeah, my third comp was nationals. This was really exciting. I felt like a professional competitor now. Like I had 2 comps of experience. Now I know everything. I'm a know-it-all. I dragged like a bunch of school friends to this one. And yeah, the vlog, which is my very first YouTube video, is up here, I don't know. Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience, meeting a lot of famous cubers. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Another funny result was my 2x2 finals average at Butler Blitz. I remember I started with 2 really bad solves, high 5 and a low 4. And then I was just starting to learn CLL at the time, and I got the CLL that I knew. There's a clip, I don't know, playing now, but I messed up the CLL, and then yeah, and then I finally got it right, but turns out to be the wrong CLL, and then I ended up getting a 12. And then I followed that 12 with a 1.68. There was I think there was a 6 mover and a 7 mover. I chose the 7 mover because I'm stupid. Well, I mean, I didn't know it was skip. But, yeah, I did the layer. I got a skip, and I did a really loud clap, which probably distracted the people around me. Whoops. But yeah, following a 12 with a 1, and that solve is still my PR till this current day. That was pretty funny. I don't think I have a single other sub 2 as well. Yeah, I don't think so. That's funny. Yeah, I don't. I don't. And I ended off with the average. I ended the average off with like a 3. That was like, no, it was a 5. Never mind. It was really bad. Yeah, that was just another funny result. Then I didn't have any comps for a while. That was like me done and dusted for 2022. And then 2023, I had Perth Summer as my very first competition. I remember my very first average. I remember my round 1 average was like really, really good. It was a 1067. My second ever sub 11. The first one was a 10.99 at the previous comp. It was funny because if I didn't +2 out of that sub 11 average in my first comp, it wouldn't be until like 6 months later in 2023 Perth Summer until I would have beaten that, which, yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I ended up getting a counting mid 9, which is secured by a low 9 at the very last solve. Yeah, I was really happy with that, clearly, with the celebration. And up until now, I still like no friends. I brought Seb along, which was like, he was a big feature in the vlog. I remember Amy actually like went up to me and like talked to me about my results. I forgot exactly how, but she kind of like said, like, excuse me, like something, hello. I don't know. But then she just said hi, like, how are your results? And we just kind of chatted for a bit about like some results. And yeah, that was my very first conversation with her. Then I think she sat on that table, and then yeah, we chatted throughout the day, sort of. And then my round 2 average was even more crazier. What was the average? It was a 1056. Which the funny thing was, I had 2 +2s in the average. If I didn't, it would have been like a 987 or something, which would have been like actually crazy. I had like a 9.33 +2 as my very first solve. Then I got a 9 flat. Then I got like a normal 11. Then I got my PR single, which is a 7.96. Still my PR single to the day. It wasn't even that good. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe my turning was just, well, I don't know. And then I followed that with like a 956 +2, I think. No, it was 1109 +2. No, I was reading the wrong line. Yeah, that would have been sub 10 average, which would have been like absolutely crazy. And then my third round semi-final average was like like just genuinely horrible. I messed up the cross about like 10 times. That was an exaggeration. And I missed finals for the first time since Osnats, which was a weird feeling because I was used to being in the finals. Like, wow. Then my next comp was Albany Summer Solving 2023. That's like 5 hours down south. Yeah, I went there like along with like a holiday. So it's kind of like I went there for a holiday along with like the competition, which is cool. It was the vibe of the town was just like really, really cool. I really liked it. And all 3 of my averages were sub 11, including a 10.18 average, which on the very last solve, I locked up really badly in the GPM. And if I didn't lock up, I would have got a sub 10 average and got made podium. I think I would have like came second, I think. Instead I came 4th. But yeah, that was my PR for like a very, very long time. And then it was because of that average that I realized that sub 10 was like really, really possible. Because before like even like Butler Blitz, I thought sub 11 was like really, really tough, let alone sub 10 just a few comps later. I realized it was possible, and I kind of wanted to sort of made it my goal, I guess. Oh yeah, Charlie was talking to my brother. I think my brother was judging Charlie or something, and Charlie invited him to go get some like fish and chips or something just to get dinner because everyone else was going to get some dinner. like they're all gonna get fish and chips like after the competition. I forgot what my brother responded to, but he was like, I think he said like, I'm not sure or something. And eventually, yeah, I think we were talking about it or something, and then like Seb Bok walked up and he was like really really nice. He was really like welcome, and obviously we were like really new to the community, so like we didn't know anything. I wasn't really my parents or I, nor me and my parents were like really friends with anyone quite yet. But we decided to go down. We're vegetarians, so we didn't get fish and chips. We got our own food. I remember we went down, like everyone was gathered on one table, and we decided to get on the table like next to them. So like we're completely isolated. There was literally no point of us being there. we just got there, sat down, ate our dinner, and just left. That was kind of silly. Uh, another like very memorable comp was Frio Cube Off actually. There was a unofficial event, Mirror Blocks. That was like very very fun. I also like became friends with like a lot more people there. I got to talk to more people and gain more like confidence, made more friends, I guess. Yeah, I ended up coming second place for Mirror Blocks, so that was my very first podium, though it was unofficial. I was pretty proud of that one, but like it was pretty funny as well because it was unofficial. Still waiting for that official podium. Yeah. And also, I missed 3x3 finals by one spot thanks to Charlie, who also kicked me out of podium by one spot at Albany. That became sort of like a meme, like a joke between us. Fun fact, I actually DNF'd one of my solves, and if I didn't DNF that one and did the JA poem correctly, that would have made finals, and I would have kicked Charlie out. It would be kind of like revenge. Well, not really, because then I would have jumped Charlie and Amy, so never mind. And we would have gone head to head in 3x3 finals. Me versus Amy. That would have been really, really cool and really fun. Oh well. But yeah, fun fact, the second round average was actually on Station 1, and I think I got a few bad results on Station 1 before. And then I sort of had like the station, and then that's sort of where like the Station 1 curse got created. Yeah, this comp, Frio, this comp, and the next comp, Perth Autumn, really were the comps where I felt like I was getting closer towards the community, and you know, I was starting to like fit in a bit more. I was making more friends and stuff, because like we were talking more. Anyways, yeah. Another very memorable comp was Mandra, where I think this really like cemented me and Amy's friendship because we went to get like lunch together and we made like a really funny vlog. Here's Amy's vlog and my vlog is on my channel as well. Overall, like the results for this comp were like genuinely like horrible. Like this was like really my first comp where like basically all of my results was just completely crap. I was already feeling down because of my 3x3 DNF average. So my second solve, I accidentally took off the cube cover as I was putting my warm-up cube back. And Charlie gave me an E1 at the time, but he had to like double check the regulations, and it ended up being a DNF. So after that solve, I told myself to, you know, just in case if it was a DNF, I told myself to like safety the rest of my solves. And the very next solve, I just decided to do a Z-perm at full speed. Ended up DNFing by a slice move. Yeah. And after that, I was like kind of down, you know. I was kind of pissed. I DNF'd my average, didn't make finals. Oh yeah, I had this like finals streak, like missing finals streak, and there was this joke where like I scrambled through about 3 finals, like every single competition. Like it's on Tyler's Perth Cubing Center video. I think Lockie gave Tyler that idea. I think so. And yeah, that DNF average was on station 1. So that really like cemented the station 1 curse as well. It started off with, I think, a 2x2 average at I'm not sure when it started. I feel like it wasn't Frio, but it might have been Frio. So it first started off with like a Frio like DNF that missed like missed finals by 1 spot. That was in station 1. Then I had a 2x2 average at Perth Autumn. I was on station 1. I was like basically guaranteed to like beat my PR average, and then like screwed up and got 13. And then it was a 3x3 DNF average, which just like confirmed that station 1 was like cursed, and station 1 gave me like bad times. But anyways, yeah, there was like Mandra Mayhem ended like a run of like pretty like comps like pretty close together. It was like I think 4 weeks between Mandra and my next comp, so that was like my very first like 1 month break for quite a while. So it was just kind of disappointing to like end off like this run of like competitions with like a DNF average, and the rest of my results being crap as well. But yeah, next competition was Quintillion. I was like really excited for this one. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I wanted redemption for those horrible results back like for the last comp. My first 3x3 average was not good, but okay, wait. Yeah, that comp was a lot of fun actually. Mandra kind of started this trend with like the lunch vlog. So yeah, we walked like a decent distance from the venue to the shopping center at Mandra, and this time me and Amy took the train from Quintillion to the shopping center. It was like a kind of like a theme for each lunch vlog. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And in 3x3 finals, I got my sub 10 average. After Mandra, I decided that sub 10 was not my goal anymore, because I realized it like really distracted me, and I was so focused on getting sub 10 that I just got like really nervous. So I had like that I don't care what I get, I just want to solve and be happy, that sort of attitude. And yeah, it really worked. And I've really tried not to get sub 10 into my head, though my results were like really good. And yeah, it ended up working out. It was like a very clutch. It was very close to not being sub 10. There's a card up here somewhere, I don't know, which had the full average and like all my like thoughts and stuff. But yeah, that average was like, that comp was like really fun. It was also like really weird because Amy just kind of like quit halfway through her average. It was kind of like awkward because I'm there like visibly shaking, like on like such a good result, and then there's just Amy. I mean, I'm not blaming you or anything. Again, like I don't know how to respond to like social situations. I'm kind of stupid, but yeah, I felt kind of guilty. I don't know. But I'm not blaming you or anything. It's not your fault. You don't need to apologize or anything. There was also this thing I mentioned in one of my videos. It was like the OH average PR streak. I'll show you right now. But every single like OH average I had was like a PR. So everything was like red, which is like really satisfying. So at Quintillion, I really wanted to continue it, and the very first round, I got a 20.87 average. That was like really good, and it made finals, and I felt like it was too good, and I wouldn't be able to like beat it in finals, and that was true. So that ended like the OH average PR streak. Yeah, that was what I was referring to. But yeah, that was pretty funny, and yeah. Then next comp was Perth time trial. No offense to Tyler, this was a pretty forgettable comp. I don't know, it could be due to like my bad results or something. Like nothing spectacular. Again, we continued the lunch vlog, which, yeah, wasn't really that interesting. Maybe because the walk was like pretty short. Nothing like spectacular happened in the vlog, and the place itself was pretty boring. Like where we got food, it was pretty boring. So, and that was partly why I didn't make a vlog for that one. And I was planning to not upload a video at all. But then I realized I had like a lot of funny stuff caught on camera. And we also had this like silly relay with like a horrible format. Tyler, that format was absolutely dog crap. Like, with like that all those like accidental like timer stops and then DNFs, that was pretty silly. I think like, you know, that the format that like I was expecting, that was like, never mind. Like I was expecting like 5 people like in a row, and then they each solved their cube like one after the other sort of thing. But it ended up, I mean, it was pretty fun, but yeah, that was just kind of unexpected. Now, Perth time trial was my 13th comp. I said at the beginning of the video that I went to 14. There is an unreleased vlog that's coming out Friday actually. It's fully edited, everything's finished. I had to make way for this video. That one is coming very soon. I'm not giving you too many spoilers, but I'm not giving you too many spoilers, but that was my favorite comp by far. Yeah, please subscribe. Go watch that vlog. It's coming out this Friday, 6 p.m. AWST. I think that's what our time zone is called. Or like plus 0800. I don't know. Math. But there was also this like trend with Megaminx actually. So my very first time competing in Megaminx was Australian Nationals 2022. I don't know why I said the full name. I was just reading it off, but yeah. I got a 133.04 on my second ever. On my second solve. I was averaging like 145 at the time, and 133 was like absolutely crazy. Well, not absolutely crazy, but it was like a really, really good single for me. And then at Butler Blitz, I was averaging probably like 135 maybe. And then I get like a 118, which is like PR2, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't have the footage for some reason. I think I deleted it by accident or something, I don't know. But yeah, that was like another crazy result. And then at Perth Summer, I get a 114.88. Like, that was overall PB. Like, flat overall PB. And then I had this like, so then this is like trend of like crazy Megaminx crazy Megaminx singles at every single comp. And it kind of happened again at Pinjara Puzzle Party 2023, which was the unreleased comp vlog. I'll tell you right now, but because none of you are probably watching at this point, but I got a 115.88. It's not overall PB. It's not even PR, but it had potential to be like a sub, like a 107. But I just like freezed, and I didn't know what to do for like a good amount of time. Yeah, so that kind of like continued the crazy single, though I messed up. Yeah, that was just like something funny. This is my like competitive speedcubing career journey so far. This year has been like absolutely epic. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm really happy I decided to go to a competition, because now I have made like so many new friends, like got to know more people that share the same hobby with me, and yeah, I've been talking for like an hour at this point. I am really, really thirsty. For those that are watching right now, for those that are watching still, thank you very much. And subscribe for the vlog coming this Friday. See you later.